Hello there, I'm John Akerele and I'm your guest on Good to Great today. Very unusual. Very unusual, not predictable. And it's just due to one fact, and the fact is that my ears are always on ground and my eyes are always wide open. I want to look out for every little gap I can fill. And in filling the gap, I'm providing solutions to problems. And before you know it, it turns into a business and it becomes a money-making venture for me. So for me, being unusual is just like a way of life. I look for solutions, and in return, I get value. Value can now be not necessarily monetary terms, but then in providing solutions to people, they will always give you value in return, and it can be monetary, it can be in kind, and it can be a good gesture too. John Akerele is a young man with creative mind. John Akerele is a guy that will always look for solution, even where there seems to be none. John Akerele is a man that will always bring hope to the hopeless, and is the one that will not take a no for an answer. I'm different because I'm John Akerele, and then the only thing that brings me, or my unique selling point, is the fact that I have my own way of doing things. And you don't come across John Akerele and you say you don't want to come back again. A single touch with me will always want you to come back, probably because of my voice or my way of doing business or my manner of approach or my modus of operandum or the way I just relate with you. You just want to fall in love with John and then you want to come back over and over again. I'll just put it being a serial entrepreneur. Okay, so because I see that I have my hands in too many things that I think part-time. As I progress in solving problems, I get to see that this is a different problem entirely that requires a different solution. And in doing such, you see that there's a different business bidding on that. Okay, let's take, for instance, I fix gadget.ng. It started from fixing a phone for myself. And on the long run, I felt, oh, this can actually become a hub. And that's why I fix gadget.ng is actually what it is today. It started from solving my personal gadget problem. And I felt if I can do it for myself, then there are so many people out there who I can do that for. And gradually, little by little, I Fix Gadget is now a hub on its own. So I won't say because I run I Fix Gadget, I am only an expert in that field, but I just try my hands on so many other things and then I'm working on it simultaneously. Well, coming by it was a journey of discovery for myself, and you can only discover yourself where you're in the process. Along the journey of life, you get to see that there are so many things that you can do if only you look into yourself, you look inward and say, okay, what else? There's no end to me. I'm limitless, which means I need to look more beyond what I'm doing presently. So if I said, okay, I'm into gadgets and phone repairs and sales and services and accessories, that is not the only thing I can do. So I don't need to put myself in a cage where nature has given me freedom to express myself. So all I need to do is, the more I express myself, the more I discover more things about myself, and it's been a smooth journey and a very interesting one at that. It's been challenging, but because, there are times that you come up with situations, but the way you respond to the situations matter. Your response to the situation is what gives you the different outcome. Well, thanks to my parents and personal development, I'm this kind of person who will always want to know more, who will always want to learn more, who will always want to expand my scope of learning and my knowledge database generally. So I see that each time, and I look at people who have gone through hell, and I see these guys they are made even in that situation. They made out of the situation. So if somebody of that poor background can do such, how much more me? After all, we don't have two ears, we have the same air and we have blood running through our veins. So if you can do it, then I can do better too. So that has actually built that responsive mindset in me, coupled with the fact that I have a father who will always tell me, John, even though nobody believes in you, I as a father, I believe in you. That word is a word that each time I remember it, it gives me an inner energy and strength to even fight. And the more I fight, the more I conquer. And before you know it, I build more confidence as a matter of the number of battles I've won. The one thing that can be found in me in all of my dealings is integrity. So most of the time it's not about profitability, but it's about the name you're building for yourself. And if you have that at the back of your mind, that there are times that money will come and money will go, but your name will always remain. So look at it that you want a name that will open door anywhere the name is being mentioned. A name that when they hear it, they say, oh, it's somebody we can actually trust. So aside business, it's part of the values that my father inculcated in me while growing up. That it does not matter the number of amount of money you have, but then a good name is good. So in all of my dealings, good name to me is very key. I'm not interested in being a bigot of Nigeria because I'm John Akerele. So I'm interested in being John Akerele for myself, and also to be the youngest exporter of plantain in the whole of West Africa. So I'm working tirelessly on that to make sure that I'm the youngest. Presently, we're on 21 acres. That's 21 acres by 6 plots. That's about 72 plots, so to say. We are looking at expanding to about 5,000 acres. So with that, we just keep expanding. And our output would now give us the indices to be the youngest exporter of plantain in West Africa, if not the world. It's a pleasure being here because I like every opportunity to talk to other young people out there to inspire them, as many as possible, and to tell them that irrespective of the challenges we have in this country, Nigeria, there are some of us actually doing a bit. We are not cutting corners. We are not involved in criminality or fraud of any sort. And that should be a wake-up call to every young person out there that if John can do it, there are so many other young guys who are also doing it. You also can do it. So it's a pleasure coming on Go to Great. Wow, the bridge for me from being good to being great is consistency. Consistency. That has influenced my life the most. It was when I attended a seminar, leadership seminar, and they talked about personal discovery, and that was the turning point for me. That was the exact day. Even though I was in my year 3 in school, that was the exact day I knew, John, this is who you are, this is what you are called to do, this is your abilities, and this is what you can work on, and this is what you should develop. And so that, for me, is something good. And coupled with some other mentors that I've actually come across and have been following their trail line of business. I think Jimmy Tewe, Filadrotoye are the ones I look up to in public speaking industry. For commerce, Tony Lumelu and Dangote. Then for young people that I look up to, you have the likes of Steve Harris, Bankole Williams, Omojua. In the lives of every person watching, either you are young or you are old, keep watching Ibile TV for indigenous content that will transform life.